What is up, my six-figure family? Thank you so much for deciding, to believe in me, to be a part of this amazing family. Seriously, I can't thank you enough, okay? This is the course intro video. It is the first video that you need to watch. So, seriously, please do not skip it. I know how people are in general. They just want to go to the good stuff, but I implore you to watch this course in the very order that it was created, okay? The intro video is here for a reason. In this video, I really just want to, connect with you guys, talk to you a little bit about myself, how I started into this journey. And then after that, I'll just talk about overall expectations of the course, okay? As far as, your goals and the things that you will ultimately learn and what you can apply this to in the real world, after you finish the whole 5 modules, which is what the core of the course is comprised of, okay? But without further ado, let's get into it, okay? I want to tell you about myself because I don't want you guys to see me like this guy here up top, like this guru that you will never reach or you'll never be able to be like or produce results like him, because that's not at all true, guys. Like, and I don't even consider myself a guru, to be honest. Like, I'm literally just like you. I'm a normal person, who found out about the dropshipping business model not long ago. And literally, it was just about 2 years ago that I first got into this, okay? So I really want to get started because explaining about myself, because I've been where you are. I really have been there from the beginning. And I've struggled just the way you have struggled, or you will struggle if this is your very first time learning about dropshipping and going through the journey. But the idea here, of course, is that you learn from my experience. You don't make some of the same mistakes that I did. And most importantly, more than anything, is that I want to be really down to earth with you. Like, I want you to have realistic expectations, okay? I want you to forget everything you know and everything you've heard about dropshipping, because most gurus or most people in the dropshipping community will tell you this is a way to make money fast, like almost overnight, just to get you to believe in them and buy their shit. But they're shit. They're shit. So to get you to buy their shit, sorry for the foul language, but no, it's the truth, seriously. So anyways, I wanted to start and tell you how my experience was. Everybody's experience, granted, will be different. This is not to say that you will go exactly through what I went. In fact, the reason I created this course was because I want to save you, all of that learning curve that I had, which is kind of big, to be honest. Like, I'll be honest with you, like, it took me over 3 months just to get my first sale when I ever started doing drop shipping. And then, it took me about 9 months to even scale my very first product. Like, you might be thinking like, whoa, that's quite a while, right? And of course, I won't lie, I've spent a couple of $1,000s between those 9 months just learning and failing. But eventually, I reached the milestone that I wanted to, which was to scale my first product ever, right? Which took me to over $2,000 in only 8 days, which is very, very exciting. It's actually one of the case studies here. So in the case study section, you can see, learn more about that, exactly what product it was, my strategies and everything like that. But anyways, this is not about this case study. This is about me. So basically, I started, like I said, just shy of 2 years ago. The reason I got into drop shipping is because, backtrack about 6 years ago. That's when I actually graduated. That's when I got my bachelor's degree. I graduated in business, information systems. And, I always wanted, I was just a regular guy who was taught by society to just be a careerist, okay? Somebody who, to get a degree, to get a corporate job and just climb up the ladder slowly until I make a lot of money. And, that's the thing, you can only climb so high. There's many flaws with that. One of them, you can only climb so high, right? You can only make a certain amount of money until you become capped, and you can be working years and years and years, and most people don't even reach 100 grand in their lifetime, a year, which is insane. That was my goal back then, to reach, be making 100K a year. That was my goal, the highest thing I could ever achieve back then. Only because little did I know, right? So I got into the corporate world shortly after I graduated, in banking actually. and I started making, you know, like 45K a year, which is not bad. I mean, depending on where you live, like if you don't live in the U.S., maybe you live somewhere else where that might seem like a lot. Then yeah, I mean, maybe it is where you are, but where I was, 45K is like okay, like it gets you by, but it doesn't really take you anywhere else. You know, you can't be like, you know, spending too much money on things like traveling a lot, or you know, just doing the things you want to do. So what I did was, you know, I busted my butt. Like seriously, it was my first corporate job, so I wanted to excel. I wanted to be the best. I worked overtime like crazy, so I made a lot more money. The money that I made working overtime, I just saved it and saved it and saved it and saved it. But here's the crucial mistake that I made throughout the 4 years in corporate, was that yes, I saved a lot of money, but I just wanted to have fun. Like, I was a kid. I mean, I still am a kid at heart, but I was a kid, you know. I just wanted to have fun. So what does a kid do if you give them money? They spend it on you know, toys or just games and stuff like that, right? So, well, in case I'm not that much of a child, but I spent all that money literally taking trips, going on trips with my friends, like traveling, going on vacations. Like I went to freaking Cuba. I went to Las Vegas a couple of times. Like I literally, I just traveled. I took many trips, even abroad, like Mexico. I went on cruises. Like I just did this every year, multiple times a year for 4 years. Oh, so all the money I saved, my hard-earned money, it just went on me having fun. And at the time, I thought it was a solid investment, but it wasn't, because you know, 4 years later, you know, after being in the corporate world, yeah, the first 2 years was exciting for me, but then eventually I started to realize everything that comes with the corporate bureaucracy, the bullshit, the fact that, you know, you do your best, you try to perform as best as you can, and you don't get what you deserve. Like, somebody else gets promoted instead of you, which you've been busting your ass and he's done nothing. So things like that, you know, favoritism, you know, just because they have connections with managers, they get promoted and you don't, even though clearly you are the best at what you do. So all that BS like that, like that's what I started to realize, you know, the truth, and my dreams of reaching 100K a year, you know, just started getting shattered, and it was messed up. Like, it was messed up. It was unfair. It was unjust, and my life just became very frustrating. Like, the next 2 years, I was just frustrated. I felt like I was stuck at my 9-to-5 job, and able to, you know, not do anything about it, and you know, so. I realized that, you know, from that moment on, I realized that I wanted more, you know. Like, I started questioning myself and asking myself, is this it? Is this what I have to do? Just tolerate this for the rest of my life, and, you know, until, you know, waiting for something good to happen, right? Maybe 10 years from now, somebody will see my talent and promote me. Like, no, like, that's stupid. Waiting for things like that to happen, they'll most likely never ever happen, or they'll happen in a very long time later. And, you know, when by that time, if you were doing something else, like trying to improve your own life, you know, financially, by starting a business and things like that, you could have made 10 times, if not 1,000 times more. But so I started to realize, you know, is this it? So I started to question myself. So I started doing a little bit of digging, and I realized that, you know, there was nothing literally better than starting your own business. So I started to finding out about entrepreneurship and just, you know, having your own business and things like that. But I always knew, dude, like, having a business is so expensive, you know, because I always, you know, the way people think is, you know, whenever you mention to them, hey, open up a business, what's the number one response you get? People say, oh no, it's too expensive, you know, because people are thinking like a regular business, like a restaurant or a construction company, or you know, just I don't know, whatever that has physical presence, and that you need like a brick and mortar store, where you would have to literally pay for employees, pay for rent, like, you know, all these massive expenses, and you're just like, oh, I don't have the experience, I don't know how to do that, blah blah blah. And then if I outsource people, that's gonna cost more money. So or some people just say, yeah, I want to start a business, but I don't know what to do. Like, I have no idea what I want to do, you know. And that was me. Okay, I had no idea what to do, and I always thought like it would be too expensive. You know, so I was actively always looking for ways to improve my life, become an entrepreneur, because I knew that was my way out of this bad cycle that had already transformed in my 9 to 5 job. And you know, all while I was doing this, I was hating my job more and more every day. It was becoming very, very frustrating. I was getting depressed, and you know, all the things that you literally come with just hating what you're doing. And then one day, I was on Facebook, literally, or no, I was on YouTube. It was YouTube. I was watching some video because I started looking for things like how to make money online, and you know, because I heard through a friend that you know he was making money online and things like that. So I started looking more into that, you know, and you know, I started hearing people say, yeah, making money online is so easy, like there's little to no expenses, and it's so easy to make money online, and this and that, like all these things, like all this hype about making money online. I was like, okay, that sounds like a game changer, right? So I started looking into that on YouTube, you know, for tutorials, for explanations how you can make money online. And then all of a sudden, guys, I got hit with an ad. Both the best thing and maybe the worst thing that could have ever happened to me, and you know, I'll explain in a second why. But this ad that I got hit with, it was basically an ad for you know, selling me a drop shipping course. So you know, they explained drop shipping. I didn't even know what drop shipping was until I saw that ad, and you know, it was explaining. So I clicked on it because it piqued my interest, and they took me to this 1 hour plus webinar, which was insanely long. My brain was getting fried, but at the same time, I stuck into it because I was excited. Like literally, I was learning something new, you know. It was this guy basically conducting like a case study and showing, you know, this product that scaled to over like $100,000. I was like, what? Online? Yeah, in just like a month or something like that, like in this ridiculous amount of time. And I was like, wow, like this is the fastest, this is the best way. So that's how I learned and got into drop shipping. And then of course, you guessed it, I ended up buying that stupid course. And I say stupid because so I feel two ways about this course that I bought. Number one, if it wasn't for this course or this ad at all, I would have never learned about dropshipping. Like I would have never learned about it and never gotten to where I am. But at the same time, why I hate it so much is because the course itself was bad. Like the marketing was good. Like the guy who marketed it was really, really good. And I don't want to mention any names. I don't want to mention what this course is called, I think, because I don't like to badmouth people. I just hate doing that. But so I just will make them be anonymous. But this course, just know that it was one of the top top courses in the industry per se. And supposedly you would think, oh yeah, this is good. But no, when I bought the course and I went through the content, I started to realize that it was just poor. Like it never taught you anything. And I only realized that because after buying the course and going through the whole course and just applying everything and not having success for many, many months, you know, I was starting to get frustrated. I felt like I was scammed out of my money and, you know, all that stuff. You know, I started looking up on YouTube, like instead of looking at ways to make money online, I started being more specific because I did like the model and I knew it was possible, but the course was just not good enough. Like I felt like it wasn't teaching me what I needed to know. So I started looking on YouTube, you know, how to do Facebook ads, drop shipping or things like that. And then boom, like I started getting all these other gurus, I guess, other people. You know, I started seeing different methods, completely different from my course. And, you know, they were free. And people that were showing their methods for free on YouTube, and they were getting people results. And so, you know, I found this one guy who I stuck to, and it was the best decision I could have made, because the moment I applied his strategies, that's when I got my first sale. So like after, you know, over 3 months, like I said in the beginning, boom, I got my first sale. So imagine that. I got my first sale, not because of the freaking $2,000 course that I had spent money on, but because of this one free YouTube video that changed my life. And it's funny because I started kind of like the same way. Like I started doing free YouTube videos, and you know, I started getting people who have never gotten sales for months. Started getting them sales, and they told me about it on their YouTube or on the comments in the group. You know, I'm sure some of you guys have seen it. There are a couple people who got their first sales because of my methods. Same exact thing happened to me with this other guy that I learned from. And it was crazy. I was motivated. I started believing again. You know, I was just started being motivated again. Like, oh yeah, like this was the validation, right? That's why people say like first sales are important, because they validate this belief in what you're doing, like the dropshipping. Oh shit, like this works, okay? And then, you know, a first sale, it's a good milestone. But of course, the real milestone is to get to scale your first product, because then you know what it feels like, and then you can learn a lot more from that success and replicate it. So the moment you scale one product, you'll scale you'll find more scalable winners in the future, right? Because now you know what you're looking for. So that's kind of like one of my main goals here, if not my main goal in this course, is to get you guys to scale as fast and as soon as possible. Of course, the first step is the sale, if not the first sale, if you haven't ever had your first sale. But then the second goal is to get you to, scale. So anyways, sidetrack there. But the point is, fast forward right to today. I learned from this guy, and then a few months later, so like 9 months total since I did drop shipping, I scaled my first product ever. And at that point, I made quite a bit of my money back that I had spent throughout all those months. Not really making it anywhere, right? Spending it just to learn, right? And then after that, I scaled a couple of more products, and things just rose from there. And I started I more than made up everything that I lost, which was a couple $1,000s. And then I started profiting. I just started profiting, being able to have the lifestyle that I wanted. And as I was doing this not shortly, but as I was, starting to have success and everything, I started to think, I'm getting there. Like, I'm getting to the point where, I think I can just go back to my job and be like, I quit, peace. But guess what happened to me before I could even say goodbye to my corporate job? They fired me. I'm dead serious. They fired me. I just laugh because I think it's funny right now. But they freaking fired me. And not because I did something wrong or because my performance was bad. They fired me because they were downsizing. They were cutting staff, okay? A third of my department was fired or let go. Okay, fired just sounds horrible. But a third of my department was let go because we were overcapacitated. They didn't need us anymore. And I just happened to be part of that, okay? Like, it was random, okay? I know all the people that got fired with me, and I know a lot of them were pretty good. Like, I was good at what I did, my job. I didn't love it, but I was good at it. And then other people were good at it. I knew they were good at it, and I was so shocked. I'm like, why did these people get fired? Why did I get fired? If anything, think about it. Doesn't it make sense to fire people that are performing poorly? Not like randomly, because that seemed randomly. There were people there that were good and bad, but I was just shocked that there were people there that were good, and I was like, what the heck? So it just seemed like they did it randomly. So imagine, like, you busted your ass all this time, and even if you don't get promoted, at least performance should take into account. They should take that into account to keep you around instead of to just dispose you like you're a piece of trash, like you're just a number, right? So that did it for me. I was like, fuck. I'm so glad I started to do drop shipping, because if I had not, right now I would be dead in the water, literally. So I had already gained experience by then. Luckily, I had scaled a few products, made some money, and this time I saved up money. Okay, I saved up money. I didn't start spending my money on trips like I used to before, like crazy. And it's funny. The reason why I told you guys why those 4 years, like I was just traveling a lot. And spending a lot of money is because later on, when I found out about dropshipping and that you needed some money to test and scale products, that's when I banged my head, because I was like, wow, all that money that I spent on trips, I should have saved it and used it for this business. Like, I would have had, I think, well over 20K. I'm not kidding you, but I spent all of that. And when I started dropshipping, I only had like $3,000. May sound like a lot for some of you, but it really wasn't. It really wasn't, because like I had this huge learning curve, so I spent so much. Now, of course, if you're taking this course, right, if you're part of this family and you do have like around $1,000 or $3,000, that's actually really good. Like, don't feel bad that you need to have like 10K or 20K. No, that's actually really good. And the reason why I say that it's good for you and it wasn't good for me, is because the difference between you and me is that back then I was taking a crappy ass course with no guidance, the wrong knowledge. And I had to go out and test many different things from multiple YouTubers and do many methods until I found that one that started working, and I stuck with that, okay? And all of that took me a lot more money than I needed. Like, I had to get a credit card to keep spending because I blew through those 3,000 really fast. But the difference between you and me is that you have this course that I made it. This course is literally the culmination of all my trial and errors, like all of my experience, all of my knowledge, everything that I've gained throughout the 2 years, like every mistake that I've made, has helped me build this course. Every success that I had has helped me build this course. Literally in this course, I only teach you what worked for me. Everything that didn't work, I tossed it out. And that's the difference between you and me, that you're not gonna have to go through all that trial and error, like all these things that don't work until you find what works. No, that's the big difference between you and me, is that you have this course, like you can skip all of that learning curve that I had, right? Both financially and time-wise. So the cool thing is that, for example, if it took me 9 months to scale a product because I had a crappy course, zero guidance, and was trying too many different things just to see what works and spending money, you being in this course, instead of 9 months, you may scale your first product within 1 month, within 2 months, like a lot sooner, at least a third of the time that it took me, because yeah, it does take a little bit of learning, but if you're being guided the right way with the right videos and the right content and the right step-by-step, and everything is just, flawless, right? I teach you exactly what you need to know, the right way, right? Not like I learned it the wrong way, then you will naturally speed up your learning curve. And that's what's happening. And that's what will happen because you're part of this course. So in other words, you'll be, a lot more successful than me, probably you'll be more successful than me, if not a lot more successful than me, a lot sooner, from a time perspective, and it'll also take you a lot less money than it took me. So imagine if it took me, say, $10,000, it'll probably take you like $1,000 or $2,000. You never know. It could be a little less, but I'm just giving you an example, okay? Just because I'm guiding you through the right steps the right way, not like that stupid course. And trust me, and the other reason why I don't regret buying that course is because I had a good taste of what a bad course is like. And I literally took that course and I made sure that all the things that were wrong or all the things that were bad about it, I just kept it in mind so that when I make my own course, I don't make that mistake. So that's one of the other reasons why, I looked at it as more of an investment rather than something as a waste, okay? But yeah, guys, so that is it. We're gonna wrap it up here, okay? That is it for this intro. I just wanted you guys to know a little bit about me, okay? And then more into the next video, which is called the A to Z outline. We'll get more into the actual course itself. How do you should navigate it? What's the best way to learn? And I know we said in this video we'll set up goals, but we'll do that in the next video. I'll set up, an overall goal for you in the next video, and and then we'll go from there, okay? Like, I want to just teach you exactly the best way you should learn, how to navigate this course, and your goal for each module, okay? Or your overall goal for the course. And then each module will also have intros that will introduce briefly what the course will be about and what the goals will be, and then an outro stating, hey, by this time you should have watched and implemented, so this is what you should have done, okay? And if you haven't completed these steps, don't go to the next module. So I'm gonna make it super intuitive, and easy, so you guys can follow and know what you should have done before continuing, okay? All the way until the end of this course. So yeah, just know that one final thing is, this course, you're going to absolutely love it. Seriously, guys, I put my heart and soul into this. It's going to take you not only to the next level, but it's going to teach you guys. This is the important part. It's going to teach you lifetime skills, like literally lifetime skills that you can use anywhere, okay? For your own stores, for maybe other people's stores, if you decide to become somebody who wants to run ads for people and help people scale and things like that, you will learn those skills, okay? And you can even make more money that way, teaching people, doing done-for-you services, and things like that. Or eventually, if you have a passion for teaching, you have a lot of patience, and you just enjoy doing it, you can do what I'm doing, which is teaching other people, helping other people be financially free and succeed at this, okay? Help people. You can do it. You can do that. Like, I encourage it. I'm not gonna tell you don't do it. But that's why I do it, because I not only learned it and enjoyed this business model, but I wanted to. I've always been good at just like teaching, or I feel like I have been at least, or I enjoy it. Even when I was at school, I always mentored my friends. Like, they needed help with math, or it was always math related that people always needed help. So I was always pretty good at that. Yeah, I'm a nerd, whatever. So yeah, I would encourage it. If you get really, really good at this, and you know you're scaling consistently and stuff, why not branch off, do your own thing, teach other people, build a Facebook group, whatever it is that you want, whatever your goal is. Literally, the possibilities of how you want to use these skills that you'll learn in this course are absolutely endless. Absolutely endless. So that's the important thing. All right, guys, thank you for watching, learning about me. I know I talk a lot, but hopefully this was very insightful. Hopefully, you know, maybe you've had a similar situation as me, or maybe worse, I don't know. But hopefully, you know, I connected a little bit with you, because that was the purpose here, to connect and to just you know, I'm being honest and down to earth. Okay, I'm just a guy like you. I've been where you are. You know, I pushed no matter what for better, and I want you to not just, you know, and I actually want you to be where I am now. Okay, I don't want you to just stay the way you are right now, you know, which is with no money, or with or I'm sure you have some money probably, but just not where you are financially, and you know where you want to be. Okay, seriously, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next.